Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions. Now keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone, so make sure to check out your other placements to get a full picture of all of your messages. Okay, Gemini, let's get started. What is the energy around the week ahead for Gemini? Oh, we see the Devil in reverse coming out. Okay, Gemini. So there may be something you're trying to escape or avoid. You don't want to acknowledge it. You are needing to get distance from something, that's for sure. But I wonder, how are you getting distance from it when I see the Devil in reverse and the Hanged Man in reverse? So you're trying to get distance from something, or you need to get distance from something that you've been thinking about. It's time to sort of remove yourself from a situation that felt very defeating, and now you're sort of healing, you're recovering, you're almost at a point where you feel like you need to get distance from something in order to feel like yourself again, and you're looking for a new shoreline, so off you go. But when I see the Devil and the Hanged Man here, both in reverse, sort of surrounding the Six of Swords, that makes me really wonder if you're trying to overly control something, or you're trying to escape it completely. You're not acknowledging it. You're looking for any way to numb yourself right now because of this defeating moment that you've encountered. And instead of sort of facing it, feeling it, and then releasing it, there's sort of this energy here that says you're trying to control it. You're trying to escape it. You're not surrendering to this. You're not looking at it and sort of allowing yourself the space to really look at it for what it is, to integrate the wisdom from this experience. I feel like you may be trying to escape it, deny it, avoid it completely. You might be trying to sort of push it down, like bury it deep where you'll never look at it or think about it or feel it again. And that is not allowing you the surrender you need in order to sort of really process whatever this moment was for you. There is a new beginning here. It's the Ace of Pentacles. It's in reverse, and I feel like it could be in reverse because of that sort of inability to want to face something for what it is. We're seeing the King of Cups on the bottom of this deck now. And so you're sort of being guided to have that energy of the King of Cups, where you're able to sort of be amongst a sea of emotions. This must have been a very emotional situation, because I feel like it was emotional and it really has been on your mind a lot. And so, but it's sort of like it's on your mind and it's very emotional, but you're not able to rise above these emotions just yet, to sort of be on the surface of it and have a look at it and understand that, the pain or the feeling of defeat around this will pass and you will have a new beginning. I feel like by stuffing this down, you're not actually allowing anything to come to the surface to be healed. And that is delaying this new beginning, because it's just creating a storm under the sea level, and it almost needs to come to the surface here, Gemini, so that you can surrender it. You can sort of take the wisdom from this experience. You can feel it fully and then release it and sort of trust that all will be well again. It's interesting to see these cards, because there is something here that is trying to break through, and you're being guided to sort of stay afloat. Don't get pulled down into this without really looking at it for what it is and then getting distance from it, in a sense. Like, I feel like there's a bit of an obsession here where you can't stop thinking about it. It's almost becoming an obsessive, sort of intrusive, obsessive thought. And you may need to slow down to just have a look at this, to surrender to it, which is why we see the Hanged Man here. Yes. Okay, let's clarify some of these cards for you, Gemini. So there's the King of Cups again, coming out with the Four of Cups. So again, you're being guided, instead of trying to sort of escape this or stuff it down, to sort of not address how you really feel about something, to sort of look at it and trust that you haven't missed anything here. You haven't missed an opportunity. You are just moving through the emotions of something that was, it really feels like it was a moment of defeat, but you're sort of being pictured here as someone who is healing. And so allow that healing to happen. I feel like there's a lot of emotions here when I see that Four of Cups, and there is that new beginning coming through, but you can't see it because you're so focused on almost denying or stuffing down this experience. And again, seeing the King of Cups guiding you to rise above this and have a look at it and stay centered, trusting that all will be well and that this will pass. I feel like this was something that happened that was outside of your control. And so a part of you can't let it go because it was outside of your control, even though that might help you set this free, because it was outside of your control. There was nothing you could do about this. And it was leading you, almost like this happened to lead you to a new beginning here with that Ace of Pentacles. Okay, let's clarify that. Six of Swords. Justice. Yeah, moment of defeat that didn't feel fair. It was outside of your control, but it was almost like you felt like that's not fair. I didn't deserve that ending. I didn't deserve that outcome. I didn't deserve that situation to be so, it was just so impactful, you know? And so when you examine it in your mind, you're like, that wasn't my plan. That wasn't the plan. That's what it is. It wasn't part of your plan. It's almost like your plan got derailed. So you feel defeated and very sort of melancholy, almost verging on depression here in the Four of Cups. And all of that is delaying a new beginning here. I really feel like you're being guided to trust this, even if it felt unfair. There's the King of Swords coming out to remind you to be flexible and adaptable to every situation, so that you never lower your own sort of vibration with this mood here, because you can't adapt. There's something that happened here that was outside of your control, but it was also, it shifted your plans. It shifted your plans and in a direction that you weren't anticipating or expecting, or you're not welcoming this shift at all. So it must have felt very defeating. It felt like it wasn't fair. And now you're sort of sitting in the emotions of it without sort of being able to see the bigger picture and to adapt to a situation. You're having a hard time adapting to this. And I think we're seeing the King of Swords to guide you to adapt. And you're seeing the King of Cups to guide you to come out of that heavy emotion that's keeping you at the bottom of the ocean here. You're being guided to release these thoughts and to sort of move on to a new shoreline. A new beginning awaits you. There's the beach. There's the new beginning. You're in the boat in that Six of Swords and you're moving towards it. I think you're healing. And as you're healing, you're being guided to be flexible and adaptable and to, oh, look at that, Four of Wands. You are moving towards some really, really joyful moments of celebration again here. It's a new day. There's a new day here in the Four of Wands and you're celebrating. It's a gateway. They've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So two gateways here for you to initiate a new start. And on the bottom of the deck, we see the Two of Cups, my friends. So Gemini, there may have been something here that really, rocked the boat, if you will, because of that Six of Swords. This was not part of the plan, but it's leading to something where you might find yourself meeting someone that you really connect with, or you might find that you're able to see eye to eye with yourself and you finally feel grounded within, and you're making a connection here with yourself, or you're making a connection with another person, and you're really releasing those worries and that belief that this was all very unfair. It's almost like you're going to see the timing of all of this if you can surrender to it, surrender. Speaking of surrender, let's see here for Gemini. What does Gemini need to surrender or surrender to during this time where your plans have been changed? You had a plan and it has been changed, and now you're on a new course, but I feel like you feel like you're off course, but this is a new course for Gemini. Surrender the drama. Very interesting. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and do not contribute to the drama. Staying centered, will help resolve the issue more quickly. Now, that is in essence a description of the King of Cups, not getting pulled into the drama, staying centered, and being able to be around a very emotionally charged ocean of emotion, but not getting pulled into it. Right now, I feel like you're having a difficult time with that. And we're seeing the King of Cups to guide you to stay above the drama, to float above the drama, just like he's pictured in this deck. See how his chair is floating on the surface. So he doesn't get too bogged down into that emotionally charged drama, which is what the water represents here. And so we're also seeing the King of Swords guiding you to be adaptable and flexible mentally. So let's look on the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So that tells me that this card always reminds me of surrendering to the natural rhythm of things that are outside of our control. Gemini, for some of you, this may have been a time where you lost something close to you may have crossed over, and you're just having a really hard time adapting to that. And I feel like we're seeing the surrender to the beauty of the natural world to remind you that everything has a season. Everything has a season. Every experience, every relationship, everything goes through seasons, and then eventually will pass. Everything will pass. I feel like I said that. This will pass. This will pass. And so the message on the card says, take a relaxing break and spend some time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. And I feel like by spending time in nature, we are confronted by the passage of time that occurs naturally in this plane that we live in. And I feel like whatever you're going through right now, it will pass. Even though it wasn't part of your plan, Gemini, it serves a purpose that you're unaware of right now. It serves the purpose of this new beginning. It serves the purpose of this union that could take place. And I feel like right now you are in a time where you can't stop thinking about something. It's almost become an obsession. So by taking a relaxing break and spending some time away from this, getting some distance from this is really going to serve you this week. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope it's resonated for you. If it has, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. Take care, my friends.